Kathi Taylor and her speech titled, I Was a Wine Broker. Kathi Taylor, I was a wine broker.
I was a wine broker. What does a wine broker do? Well, a wine broker sells the finest wine. There's not a lot of it, but it's sold by the case. And it runs about $500 a case. And I am selling it to the top 10% income earners of the United States. How am I contacting these people? I am cold calling them. How do you get the nerve to do that? Let me tell you about my first day as a wine broker. I arrive, it's a group of us learning and training at the same time. We're all in a conference room and we're learning about how they come to make this fine wine. And in the other room, you hear this hooting and hollering and yelling and screaming and woohoo! Everybody, I said, are they having a party? No. They're working. Okay. My curiosity's up. So, as we learn about this wine, we find out you cannot sell it unless you taste it. So we're starting off with champagne. And it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Now I want you all to taste this. Okay, sounds good. I drink it. Hey man, this is like the best stuff I've ever had. Really good. So now we're comparing that vineyard to this vineyard. Okay, got another one. Okay, let's fill her up. I got another one. Now it's just about lunchtime. And they said, we will give you a bottle of wine if you have a cocktail at lunch. I said, all right, okay, let's do it. I had a rum and Diet Coke. All right, sounds good. Come back. Okay, where's my bottle of wine? Okay, here's your bottle. Okay, great. I said, some of them didn't do it. I said, why not, man? Let's see what's going on. After lunch, we got to taste the red wine, right? There's the glass. Okay, let's test this one. This stuff is awesome. So then, there's a different vineyard. Let's try that one. Okay. Now we're ready to enter the boiler room. Holy moly. It is a room, and first off, it's a big room. There's desks all around, and they are in no such order at all. They're disarrayed, they're turned. There's people in the back, there's people all over, they're standing up, they're on the phone, they're throwing balls, they're doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? They sit me down at the desk. Here's your phone. The phone's got some kind of a gizmo that filters out all that noise. I mean, you're like in this box of noise and voices and screaming and yelling and things flying over your head and all this stuff. I have a phone, I have a Rolodex, and I have a book. And I am to call. If I get that person on the phone, I'm supposed to start reading. And when you get to a certain point, you raise your hand. Okay. And I'm like in my own head, you know. Okay, da, 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 da. I'm reading. I got there. Whoop! I got it. Here. Someone comes rushing over. He's right in front of me. He puts the phone down. He plugs it into my phone, and he's listening. Now he can hear this other person's conversation, but that person can't hear him. And he says to me, "You say what I say." I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I'm talking. I'm listening, and yup. And I have no idea what this person is saying. And I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, the conversation's over. Woo! Confetti comes flying all over the place. Everybody stops what they're doing. They're congratulating me. And this is the greatest moment. I sold a case of wine, valued at around $500. I'm like, whoa! You just won another bottle of wine. Oh my gosh, you get to go up and put your name on the board. And I'm like, woohoo, you know. All right, this is, oh my God. Come back to the desk. Get back to that Rolodex. Oh. Refill? Anybody need a refill? Okay, yeah, give it to me. Okay, all right, fine. So I'm going and going and going. Then it's just your typical calls. I get someone that says, do you know that I am a recovering alcoholic? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. Sorry to bother you. And then I get someone else. He's way out in the warehouse. He says, let me get to my office. Wait, get in there. He says, are you calling? What? How did you get my number? What are you calling me for? He says, I am a member of MAD. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Hung up. And the rest of the day kind of went like that. But at the end of the day, I went home with 2 bottles of wine. I shouldn't even have been driving. But I got home, I was so numb, I couldn't believe what I went through. I was floating in my pool. Glass of wine, that stuff was good. I'm like, wow, what an experience. I will have to tell you though, I lasted but 4 days. I couldn't make much more of that. I was going to get a ticket on the way home. This was not the job for me. But I did end up with a great story that I love to tell. So that is my experience as a wine broker. Thank you.